Welcome to Winning Hearts and Minds Educational Leadership Podcast. I'm your host, Dionne Jude. Today we're exploring a topic that's often misunderstood but profoundly important: personalized adaptive learning and support for students with ADHD. This isn't about forcing discipline or compliance. It's about building systems that work with, not against, the natural rhythms of interest, urgency, and energy. We'll be drawing on the insightful work of Dr. Edward Hallowell, author of Delivered from Distraction, and Dr. Gabor Mate's powerful book, Scattered Minds, alongside current research on adaptive education and inclusive practice. Teachers often describe students with ADHD using phrases like, "they just can't sit still," "they're always off task," or "they need constant reminders." Some express frustration, saying, "they don't seem to listen," or "they're disruptive to the rest of the class." Others may comment on their potential with lines like, "they're so bright, but they just won't focus," or "if only they could channel that energy." Too often, it's framed through a deficit lens, as a problem to be fixed. But what if we change the conversation? Instead of asking, "how can I make this person focus?" we can start asking, "what kind of environment helps their attention come alive? What conditions make their brain feel safe, curious, and open? Where is their attention naturally drawn, and why?" These questions shift us from control to collaboration and from compliance to curiosity. They challenge us to reimagine our classrooms as spaces of partnership, not power. In many conventional classrooms, these students often struggle with expectations that prioritize stillness, silence, and sustained focus on teacher-directed tasks. Activities like copying from the board, sitting for extended periods, or completing lengthy written assignments can feel overwhelming and inaccessible. These students are frequently labelled as disruptive, inattentive, or lacking motivation. However, when provided with a more flexible and responsive approach, such as using voice notes instead of written work, incorporating movement breaks, or breaking tasks into short timed segments, their engagement and confidence can increase dramatically. These adaptations don't lower expectations. They align the learning environment with the student's cognitive profile, allowing their creativity, curiosity, and capability to truly emerge. Dr. Edward Hallowell describes it as a trait, not a disorder, one that brings extraordinary gifts like creativity, passion, rapid thinking, and originality. But in environments that lack flexibility, those gifts are stifled. What could be a strength becomes seen as a weakness. This is why true inclusion is more than just access to physical spaces. It's about allowing different forms of focus to be seen, supported, and celebrated. As school leaders, we must reflect deeply on how we structure our learning environments. First, movement must be embedded in the school day. Flexible seating, standing desks, outdoor learning, and regular movement breaks should be the norm, not the exception. Second, we need to embrace variation and urgency in our curriculum. Students with these attention differences often flourish when tasks feel meaningful, time-sensitive, and allow room for autonomy. Think gamified learning, problem-solving tasks, and fast-paced real-world challenges. Creativity should also be central to our approach. Let's move away from the over-reliance on writing as the sole demonstration of learning. Instead, offer opportunities for students to show what they know through video, role-play, coding, design, or spoken word. When we honor diverse forms of expression, we free our students to bring their whole selves into the learning process. Finally, let's talk about structure. Not rigid routines, but compassionate structure. Predictability matters, but so does flexibility. Visual schedules, clear expectations, and gentle transitions provide safety, while adult warmth, patience, and genuine curiosity offer connection. As Dr. Gabor Mate puts it so well, children don't get dysregulated in isolation, they get dysregulated in the absence of connection. Connection must always come before correction. One of my favorite quotes from Carol Ann Tomlinson is, "Excellence in education is when we do everything that we can to make sure they become everything that they can." What a powerful call to action. Are we creating environments where children are empowered to become all they can be? Or are we unconsciously designing spaces that stifle their gifts? Supporting learners with attention difference isn't about enforcing conformity, it's about honouring individuality. It's about asking better questions, offering better options, and creating better systems. When we do this, we raise the standard of education for everyone, being truly inclusive. Thank you for listening.